5'7". Right now I'm 5. Don't you like 5'7"?
That's where I'm at.
Oh, do you like that?
Yeah, about 5'8", 5'7". Yeah, it's fine for me.
Okay. Can I tip this down?
Yeah.
And is it on? Okay. Because Todd's going to use it the minute I'm done. Hey, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Welcome. Quick announcements before we live stream. I hope you saw in the driveway when you came by, huge jug of ice water and cups provided. Please stay hydrated tonight, no matter what kind of beverage you are enjoying. For those of you need or want, I have a container of Lysol Clorox wipes, and there's a big jug of hand sanitizer there. If you need it, please use it. 2 restrooms, 1 upstairs, 1 downstairs. You're welcome to go in the house. I'd like you to zip in and zip out rather than congregating in the house. For those of you that brought your own snacks and treats, on the patio there is a recycle bin, a glass bin, and a garbage bin. So yeah, I would just encourage you to use those. And I'm going to turn the time over to famous Mr. Todd Schultz.
You ready, Danny?
Okay, good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us, tuning in, and for those of you here in Carolyn's Garden, thanks for coming. Much, much appreciated on this toasty Friday night in Salt Lake City. We've got a great show tonight. We have singer-songwriter Barefoot John Whipple gonna play some tunes, and then kind of Irish Celtic jazz fusion band Syncofa is going to finish off the evening. So we've got a great night of music. I'm Todd Schultz, Intermountain Acoustic Music Association. And again, thanks for tuning in. We do this local concert series, usually the first Friday of the month. We kind of took last week off because of the 4th of July weekend. So this is the July edition, obviously. We've got one more show for our season. Tony Holiday from Salt Lake City, Utah, who's now living in Memphis, Tennessee. Blues musician, will be doing a special show here on July 30th, Friday night. So July 30th. So if you're interested, we've got a few tickets left for that show, or you can tune in and watch it online, which is a good thing, especially on a night like tonight when it's hot. So anyway, we really want to support our musicians. So at the bottom of your screen is an address. I think John Whipple's Bandcamp address is across the bottom. You can go to that. You can buy his music. Would be really a great way to support him and share it to your friends. And that's awesome. And then later, Syncofa, we have their virtual tip jar. So, but anyway, it's been a rough year for musicians. So make sure you support them any way you can. Much appreciated. So, all right, well, let's get started with some music. Let's have a round of applause from Mr. Barefoot John Whipple.
Thank you. Since it's kind of an intimate night and a hot night, we're just all hanging out in the backyard somewhere, roundabout Sugar Hood, Salt Lake City, Utah. Thought I might introduce myself. My name is Barefoot John Whipple. Put the barefoot on in front just because it's easy for people to remember. I haven't really worn shoes since I was a little kid. I like to be grounded. I like to feel the earth. I like to be a part of the world and not be above it, not feel like I can just stomp all over it like most people think. I would like to feel like I'm not separated from it, I'm not better than it, like a lot of people think. And I come from Northern Illinois. Folks in Northern Illinois, close to the border of Wisconsin, we like to call the people who live in Wisconsin cheeseheads. Folks in Wisconsin tend to call the people in Illinois flatlanders because it is a very flat land. I grew up in a flat world. Flat, straight, white world. Straight, white picket fences and straight white neighborhoods surrounded by red lines to keep the wrong people out. You can fill in the blanks. But I didn't think I fit into the straight white world. I had a song in me, and the straight white world was telling me that I couldn't play that song. I had to do something more normal, like go to college, which I did, get good grades, which I did, then get a job, which I did, and then start a career, which I didn't do, and then get married and buy a straight white house with a straight white picket fence in a straight white neighborhood surrounded by red lines to keep the wrong people out. But it all kind of fell apart, it all kind of unraveled, because I still had this song in me, and it just wouldn't be quiet. If you could sell yourself for one lump sum, would you cash in? Would you take all the money and run? Start over again? Would you settle for an installment plan, let you live comfortably? Can you tell me the price you pay to be free? Would you pull out the plug and sleep in the dirt? Would you gather all that you love and kick her to the curb? Would you shut off every light so you can finally see? Can you tell me the price you pay to be free? Would you walk into the fire, watch yourself burn? Could you lay naked with your darkest fear, let her be? Can you tell me the price you paid to be free? So I was, what you used to call a loser. I was in my 20s, living in my parents' basement, kind of going nowhere, struggling with depression, struggling with suicidal ideation, struggling to be straight and white when I really, at least I wasn't straight, really. And I was learning all these things about myself that didn't quite fit in. So I decided with a couple of friends of mine that I would get my song out. We were going to form a band, we were going to leave, we were going to move out, we were going to go to Arizona, because it was, the scene was happening in Phoenix back in those days. But it was one of those nights, one of those really bad nights. And I was hanging out with a friend who was also going to be in my band, and he was also living in the basement like a loser in his 20s. And he told his adoptive mother that his plans, like, we're going to go to Arizona, we're going to start a band and live our lives. She said, and she kind of laughed and said, I'll give you about 6 months, you guys will be crawling back home. So with that vote of confidence, I kind of set my mood on fire and in a bad way. Then the Bulls lost, and those were the years when the Bulls never lost. So it was a really bad night. I started driving home. Then to make my night worse, some cops started following me because I had some crappy car in the upper suburbia, Illinois. They didn't like the crappy cars. They didn't fit in because of the red line. So they were about to pull me over, and I said, no, I'm going to get out right now. I'm going to leave Illinois right now, and I'm gonna not pull over. I'm gonna speed up. I'm gonna floor this little vehicle and go to the end of the road and cross the intersection into a bunch of trees. So I did that. I floored it. I closed my eyes and let go of the steering wheel, and I started chanting Om. I was ready to leave. The one thing about that car was really crappy. It only went about 45 miles an hour. I think it was a 3-cylinder Vista, and I think 2 of the cylinders worked. So I had some time to think about it. But as I was heading there, I heard this voice. And it's a voice that comes to me, but usually when there's nothing really left to say or nothing left for me, I think. It comes in my most empty moments. Trust. No, I am so tightly. I watch it fade into rust. She only finds when I have nowhere left to hide. Only to say goodbye. When I'm called to leave you, my only friend. No one to sing to. I'm gone to join the wind. She only finds when I have nowhere else to hide. Only to say goodbye. Let me rest easy in soft earth I lie. She comes to put me way in the night sky. To all I gave away. So I survived that night. I got arrested and a bunch of traffic tickets. But we were still gonna leave. We were still gonna go. We decided to leave on Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. Not because any of us are Jewish. None of us were. It was because I had a court date on Rosh Hashanah. And I had paid all my fines for all the traffic tickets because I admit those things were wrong. Running from the cops was wrong, so I paid that fine. I was fine with that. But I was also arrested for a small amount of marijuana, and I was not all right with that, and I did not pay the fine. I did not go to the class that they assigned me to go to. Because I had this thought in my head, and we all did, is like, if everyone just said no, like if everyone was just a real pain in the ass when they got busted with pot and didn't do the fine and didn't go to the class and just said no to all that, then they would have legalized it a long time ago. Now it's legal in Illinois. It's going to have it happen here, but I felt really strong about that, and that's exactly what I told the judge, and I was expecting to get, thrown in jail for being in contempt. But Illinois is a very bureaucratic state, like most states, and he just kind of sighed and gave me another court date. So I walked out of court with my new court date and got in the van, and we drove straight to Moab, Utah. And we fasted for 5 days because we felt like Illinois had poisoned us so bad that we needed to fast, and we only allowed ourselves water and marijuana for 5 days. And on the 5th day, we went up on top of one of the promontories. We found a little secret trail and a nice little promontory overlooking the valley. And it was a beautiful day in the early autumn. We all took off our clothes, and that's when we were baptized by the desert sun and began our new life. Places I can't stay. I don't hear you when you tell me no. So I eat the last piece of cake and I dance upon this earthquake, and there's no way that you can make me go. No, you can't make me go. Change my expectation of you. I'm gonna change my expectation of you. I'm gonna make you a heart you can see right through. I'm gonna change my expectation of you. Till the coast is clear and I strip off my every care. You can't tell me that life's not fair anymore. So I change my name and I head out west. I get this monkey off my chest, and I don't believe that you know best like before. This is not like before. Change my expectation of you. I'm gonna change my expectation expectation of you. I leave you a disappointment to live up to. I'm gonna change my expectations of you. Spend all the heart I made on hooking up and getting laid. No way you get me to wait in line. So I burn all that I can scrape and I fix it all with duct tape. And there's no need to get bent out of shape this time. Not this time. Gonna change my expectation of you. I'm gonna change my expectation too. I'm gonna build you a song you can sing to. I'm gonna change my expectations of you. I got a lot of musical guitars going on tonight. Hope you don't mind. Musical guitars, musical harmonica. So the band didn't work out, in case you were wondering. We had one show. It was in our apartment. Our drummer never actually invested in a drum kit, so he played on pots and pans with a wooden spoon, and I think he used my guitar case as a kick drum. And that was our big show. I think we played like 3 songs. And then we went our separate ways, and I wound up having to present my songs by myself, which wasn't my intention. I was just going to be the rhythm guitarist and the guy that wrote the lyrics, because I felt like I could write really cool lyrics. But that didn't work out, so I had to go and be like a folk singer-songwriter guy that just played with a guitar. And it's hard. No one wants to, you spend all this time writing lyrics and no one listens to you. You move up the ranks, you get to like the showcase, or you get these gigs at like coffee houses and breweries and stuff, and no one listens. And to prove it that no one listens, I had this gig in Salt Lake. I wasn't living here at the time. I just booked this gig, and it was a sports bar. It was a terrible place, but they were paying me $200, and I needed the money. So I sat in a corner and played, and I had a few friends here, and they sat up front. And I just, to prove that no one was listening, I just made up songs about everybody in the bar. I would point out like what color their hair was, and I would point out like what their t-shirt logo is, what band t-shirt they were wearing, and what kind of sports hat they were wearing, and what was on the game. I would give the score in the middle of the song like this: Arizona State's up 32-7. No one listened. No one heard me, except for the people that were my friends, and they were cracking up. But I got my $200, and I also got this song. It's called Douchebag Bar. I don't know how I wound up here at this douchebag bar. Must have taken that wrong turn in Albuquerque, way too far. So now I'm singing to my beer glass. Well, the bar's full, but no one listens. All the Ken and Bobby Downs, they shout over each other. Someone puts a fin in my jar, says Bob Dylan. Well, she is trying to get his attention, but he is busy shouting at the television. The game is close, time's running out. They've seen each other around. It's hard to be a stranger in such a small town, when you got beauty in common. But negotiations break down when she takes him home, and he is hurt because she tells him no. Oh, even though she was only hoping to find someone who'd listen. So I was in my 20s and I fell in love. I mean, it happens. Maybe it can't be helped, but you're young and beautiful, and so you find someone, and it was pretty amazing. We were magic, I have to admit. Everyone thought we were magic, creative, just this dynamic duo of creativity and art and music and words and stuff. And we wound up getting a little house in Tempe, Arizona, and beyond the backyard was the railroad tracks. And it was an old house built in about the 50s, about as old as anything is down there. And whenever the train rolled by, if you were in the kitchen, you could hear a ghost singing. Now, I know maybe it's not scientifically correct. It might have just been some weird harmonics, but it sounded like a person singing, like an actual person. We figured it was probably a ghost, some woman who really loved that house, and when she passed on her body, she just stayed there and stayed in that house. But that wasn't us. We were always dreaming of the road. Well, in my arms you lay, we both dream of the road. We never guess how far we go. With the traffic and the noise, we could race off to our home world in the faces we come to know. Well, if I ever thought to tell you truth would reach the distance in your eyes, what does it matter that I lie? Well, there's a ghost here in our kitchen. She sings as the train passes by. I think I know why. I think I know why. Coffee and a smile, not coming back. Be so hot. Well, the windows repaired, but I still find some broken glass. I see it shine in the yard. Well, if I ever thought to tell you truth would reach the distance in your eyes, and what does it matter that I lie? Well, there's a ghost here in our kitchen. She sings as the train passes by. I think I know why. I think I know why. Well, the madness and the haze, we get so carried away. We are blind, we are so blind. And if I ever find my way home, you know I'll leave a trail of bread for you to find, for you to find. Well, if I ever thought to tell you truth would reach the distance in your eyes, what does it matter that I lie? There's a ghost here in our kitchen. She sings as the train passes by. I think I know why. I think I know why. In my arms you lay, and we both dream of the road. We never guess how far we go. Thank you. Vision's getting bad, but I can still just barely read these. Hopefully I get them right. Sounds like a harmonica. So we went on the road and we went up to Anchorage, Alaska. And it was there, things got a little distance. We had been so close, like literally, she could be at work and I could be at home playing guitar and we'd be right there together with each other. She even went to Europe for a little while and I went up to Salt Lake for no reason and we were still right there together. But when we got to Alaska, things got different. I'd be sitting across the table from her, and she'd be like in the bathroom, and I'd be in the garage. We'd be making love, and I'd be checked out into the yard, and she'd be downtown having a beer or something. And eventually got to be so distant that I was in Arizona, and she was in Anchorage. It's about as far as you can get in the United States. So got a crappy van. And I hoped it would make it, and try to drive it back down to Tempe. And I got to a place called St. Mary, Montana, and I kind of realized that the van wasn't going to make it, and neither was I. And I got a six-pack, and at that time I'd been listening to a lot of the old blues, and it kind of felt right, you know, breaking down and being poor, barefooted musician in the middle of nowhere. So when I got to the last beer of that six-pack, I sang it a song. Well, the bottle's good company. Well, this bottle is in good company. When it's empty, I'm gonna have nobody. sit and shiver, wait for it to quit. Mama's freedom, she left me behind. Dropped me in St. Mary without a dime. So I'll take this guitar down the riverside. Well, these blues, they leave me cold. Yeah, these blues, they all didn't leave me cold. So let her go, I got no one left to hold. Well, this bottle was good company. Yeah, this bottle is good on good company. When it's empty, I'm gonna have nobody else. Thank you. So, after about 10 years since we all left home, none of us went back to Illinois. But as far as I got from being in my parents' basement was being in a friend's basement. And it was pretty depressing. I was feeling pretty bad about it. And as a job, instead of being a rock star, I was working third shift at a gas station. And one day in that basement, we used to use it as a studio. So I pretended I had a Murphy bed, and when I got up and we needed to use a studio, I'd just throw the mattress, lean it against the wall. And then one time I leaned this guitar against that mattress, and the mattress fell on the guitar, broke the headstock, and I thought I ruined it, but I took it to an old friend here, Tom, and he managed to save the guitar. And it's been many years now, and it still works. So I guess he saved that guitar. We saved that guitar. And then I had this one shift where I kind of was dragging into the morning, and I was getting my relief team was coming in, and this lady was yelling at a cashier, and it escalated, and she called the cashier the N-word, and I just kind of freaked out. I told her to leave, but she wouldn't leave, and then I used every bad word I could think of that wasn't quite as bad as the N-word in her face, and of course I got in trouble for it and written up and nearly got fired. But, and the guy, he's from Ghana. He didn't understand any of the stuff that was going on. It didn't make any sense to him. But it made sense to me growing up in northern Illinois near Chicago. And I felt pretty low, and I just kind of slumped on the floor in the little basement, and I grabbed this guitar, and this guitar saved me. Table. Save a room for more if you're able. I'm on my own, I'm on my own. I'll save what's mine. Go on, save your world, I leave behind. So I'm on my own, I'm on my own. So I'm on my own, I'm on my own. I don't need you to save me. I don't want you to save me. And it was never that way. Still you deny. Your cage, nothing more. A safe place to die. So I'm on my own, I'm on my own. So I'm on my own, I'm on my own. And I don't need you to save me. I don't want you to save me. I don't need you to save me. I don't want you to save me. It's kind of hot out here tonight. One of the things about America is when it comes to artistic geniuses, we let the market decide. And, you know, sometimes some good people get out there, they meet the right person, they meet the right agent, they go to the right town. Other people, they wind up in Salt Lake City. You know, and I don't agree with that at all. I mean, I've been blown away, hit to the core by some dude at open mic night that wrote this awesome song, and it could have been the biggest hit ever, or definitely a big hit. But you know, you never heard it again. I had a singer-songwriter friend that wrote brilliant songs that were great. The lyrics were so clever and self-deprecating and wonderfully funny. But you know, he met a girl and decided that he was gonna have a family and do some other kind of good work in the world. A lot of us, we just kind of, you know, wind up just being waitresses and bartenders. It doesn't mean that we're not worth listening to, and that's kind of what I dislike about a lot of times I play out. They're like, why don't you play some Bob Dylan? Because I'm not Bob Dylan. I don't want to play Bob Dylan. I'm not here to play Bob Dylan. You want Bob Dylan? Get a record. You know, it's easy. I'm here to share songs with you all. All the great artists are bartenders or waitresses. See them suffer for that art and pushing that car to dirty dishes. And all the poets, playwrights, and musicians, either gas station clerks or they found some other work in service positions. There's operas no one's heard, and paintings no one's seen, tucked away in little boxes and crates. I guess some might make it someday, while the rest fade away. Some success just comes too late. All the mad scientists and geniuses, it has sold out their dreams, but it's not as bad as it seems. It's just business. He was ahead of his time, but it did no good. It was just a joke. No one understood the languages he spoke, except that one mad scientist who'd already gone corporate. So he stole all his patents and hid them down in his basement. This is hard to love. The world, it's so cruel. This is hard to love. The world that confused a genius for a fool. Hey, I think I have time for a couple more. Looks like. So when I talk about who I am, I usually like to talk about the rivers. I'm Fox River. Fox River's on my father's side. I was born in the Fox River. I was born of that water. My mother was born of the Missouri River. She's from Missouri. But there's the other kind of river, and the river that we travel. And the river that we travel in the modern times are the roads. And you know, a lot of fanfare, a lot's been made about Highway 61 because that's where the blues came up to the north. It starts down in the Delta, brought up people like Muddy Waters, Tampa Red. And I think Dylan felt like that was like part of his legacy, and he had that album and had that song. And I get it, it's kind of his road because it does wind up in Minnesota, where he's from. But that's not my road. My road is Route 66. You have another name for Route 66, they call it the Mother Road, and I've been back and forth and up and down. Used to live in Flagstaff. Even as a child, I went down that road and fell in love with all the mystery and the legacy of that highway, even though it's, 55 and 40 and 44 now. But old 66 still kind of comes to stride, and it's the main street of all these towns if you ever pull over, including Flagstaff, Arizona. So I wrote this song about it, and I always like to joke it's about young lovers. It's a romantic song about young lovers who murder their parents and burn them in a barn. But it's really about, it's a metaphor. It's about a lot of things. It's about escaping with your youth, getting away from your parents, and murdering them. You cursed, you spat on the ground. That night we watched your daddy's barn burn down. My car loaded, your bags all packed. We both know that there's no turning back. When we had half a chance, we pulled into the field so you could dance. In the headlights, spin so fast. Your bare feet kicking at the past. Like the wind, we are gone. Chasing the sun down this mother road. In the morning we were delivered. Tossed a gun into the muddy river. This dust will soak up all the blood. This is between us and then God. Like the wind, we are gone. Chasing the sun down this mother road. We'll get lost, we'll be out of touch. California, not too much. We'll keep running till the money's gone. This is the time for our song. Like the wind, we are gone. Chasing the sun. Like the wind, we are gone. Chasing the sun down this mother road. So I've got one more for you, and it kind of takes it back to when I was on that rock and I felt like I was naked on the rock above Moab, feeling like I had a song to share. And you always have these dreams of your songs, because for me, they're my children. I don't have kids, and my songs are a part of me. And if you've written songs and you're really meant to write songs, and I'm not saying that's a really special thing, but if you write songs and you're meant to write songs, which a lot of people are. The songs, you don't write them like, oh, I'm going to write a song. They just kind of come through. The beautiful ones do anyway, and they just come through and they write through you and they're a part of you. And you just really just want to share them with the world, and you hope that they'll change the world. And that's what this song's about. It's about the song that could change the world if only. It's a really complicated one. I think it's one chord. I had one more song I was gonna put on the album. Made the surly men smile. Lonely women come, turned terrorists to hippies. They threw away their bombs. The tyrants broke down crying, sent flowers to their mom because of my new song. Jesus came from heaven just to sing along. He gathered all the preachers and told them they were wrong. He united the world, everyone got involved. The governments got together, problems were solved because of this new song. So we declared a holiday where everything is free. We all went outside and planted a tree. We gave up our fears, we gave up our rage. The jails and the zoos, they opened every cage 'cause of my new song. And my new song was gonna make me a star, and I was about to sing it to you, but a tweaker stole my guitar. Good night. My name is Barefoot John Whipple. If you like the music, I have some CDs and stuff on that back table there. You can visit my Bandcamp. It's jpwhipple.bandcamp.com. Also have T-shirts, Snake Oil, Guarantee the Cure, Smoker's Elbow, Chimpanzee Acne, Walmart Waddle, autoerotic asphyxiations. Whatever your situation, it'll cure it. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me here at Caroline's. Thanks, Caroline.
All righty. Thank you, Barefoot John Whipple. Great set. Great set. We've got a great crowd here tonight for a toasty night in Salt Lake City. So thanks everybody for coming out, and thanks for some of those out there watching on YouTube and Facebook Live. I know got a few texts from you folks, so that's much appreciated. We're going to take a quick little break, and then we're going to have Sankofa up to play a nice set. So again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. IAMA show's coming up. We've got July 30th. We've got Tony Holiday here at Caroline's Garden, so that should be fun. Next week, for all you pickers out there, we've got the Utah State Instrument Championships, which are on Saturday the 17th. So it's the state championship contest with banjo, mandolin, fiddle, fingerstyle guitar, and flat pick guitars. So if you go to iamaweb.org, it's got all the info on that. And then in August, we have Bluegrass Saturday Night down at the Gallivan Center on the 7th. We have Grammy Award winner Lori Lewis will be playing, and Half Pelican out of Colorado, and Mars Highway from here in Salt Lake City, and Jackson Jills from here in Salt Lake City. So it's going to be a great night of bluegrass. So anyway, take just a couple minute break here, and then we'll be up with Sankofa. Thanks.
Selfless, shameless self-promotion. Okay.
Okay. Again, everybody, thanks for tuning in tonight. Uh, the IAMA local concert show continues, July edition. Had a great set by John Whipple, and we've got Sankofa coming up. So I've got a nice crowd here in the Carolyn's Gardens, cooling off a little bit, which is much appreciated. But anyway, again, as I mentioned at the onset, it's been a rough year for live music. So we've got Sankofa's one of their Gmail address for their Venmo. Is it a Venmo account? So their Venmo there. So for those of you who enjoy their music, which you will, they're fantastic. Please feel free to tip the band. So much appreciated. Right. All right, let's have a nice round of applause for Sankofa.
You're powered up. You're hot. You're hot, Houston.
It might jump, right?
Yep. Go ahead and just slam it in there. Alrighty. Thanks for coming. I know I'm hiding behind the. I have. What do I have? Introversion issues. Don't we all? Nice evening, wonderfully diverse group. It's great. So we're going to do a little Celtic jazz. We take Celtic tunes and, spices and hot rod and maybe a little higher compression ratio, high-speed door locks, things like that. Hope you like it. And then we tune because we care. All right.
So, just like a jazz band, when someone takes a solo, and we all will, I'd like to introduce this band. We have a solo upright bass violin player.
Right over there.
It's the big guy bass right there. This is Steve Wesson. And when we all play solos, you can clap right afterwards, right during while we're playing. That's
Okay.
kind of the
Jazz
jazz
approved.
thing. And on the cello, the violoncello, and the newest member of our group, and she's played a few concerts with us, and us, meaning the three of us, are kind of rusty from the pandemic, but I'll tell you what, she has put a fire under this band. Make welcome Aisha Zuder.
And then, of course, one must have a leader, someone to follow. She who must be obeyed. From Eden, yes, Eden, Utah, in the Ogden Valley, Teresa Ellis.
And we play music. It's going to be all like that first one. There's not going to be any words. We don't have words. We're music writers of a different kind.
Where we go, we need no words.
But we do have a resident composer and
two.
yeah, or two or three, and arrangers and all that other stuff. And we do orchestral stuff, so always be listening for the orchestral sound. But we have guitar, and from Salt Lake also, and our resident composer that I was talking about is Eric McKenna.
Thank you so much. We're going to follow that one. I don't know if you caught the traditional pieces that were intertwined and juxtaposed in that one, but that was the Road to Liz Dunvarna with a little bit of green sleeves woven in as well, one of Teresa Ellis's fantastic arrangements. We're going to play one of mine right now, and I think I'm on the right foot right now. Nothing like starting the first tune with a string completely out of tune, but I think I got that fixed. So this one's called Journeyman's Tale.
No, they don't say that in Celtic, do they?
So we all have like our own projects going on, and so we try to highlight each other. And that was Eric's piece, and he has an album, and we'll be doing his title tune from that a little bit later, but that song is on it. We have been trying to record together, and we do have, even with us tonight, it's a demo. We used to call it demo. It was actually mixed, so it's an EP. That's what they call it.
EP,
and
phone home.
there's only 3 songs on it, but this next one is one of them, and it's called "The Rocky Road to Dublin." We try to do our Celtic tunes, but we kind of go far afield. So I hope you enjoy what we have, and that we make a difference and take you on a journey tonight with our music, even there's no words.
We'll bring you back.
Safe and sound.
That's what I thought.
So this whole time, we're trying to get to people's hearts with our music. And finally, for the last 10 years of our many years together, we have started tuning differently. And it's working. Just, 8 cents difference.
8 cents. Well, we'll pay you back.
We'll pay you back, is what he
8
said.
cents.
8 cents on the tuning scale puts us to 432A. And, people who are playing music, they get their tuner and it comes tuned to 440. Well, we threw that out the window. Yeah. And we figured out that we can tune to the cosmos, we can tune to the earth, and we can make a bigger difference. So that's what you're listening to tonight, is us playing in 432, tuning over and over again, so that we can make a difference. This next one is from the Traveler album that Steve and I have been together for many, many years.
Oh, it's that one, not that one. It's that one. Oh, maybe if I... No, it's not.
He steals the light in the solos sometimes too.
I have introversion problems. What can I say?
Introversion problem. Anyway, this
Marv,
is
can you help me?
this is actually a traditional Celtic piece that's sung. So we've torn it all up, and it's now a jazz waltz. That's off the Traveler album.
Is that available?
It is available. I thought you'd never ask.
Makes a great gift. Start your Christmas shopping. Get ahead of it. Right, Marv? Good. He's got good stuff too. I don't care. You have to catch me first. All right, so I guess 5 would be next. The true 5. Is that like the
Composition number 5. That's what's up.
Let's see. It was hiding behind one of these little tabbies here. The little W. All right.
This next piece is another original one. I actually grew up in Northern California. I was very much inspired by the rocky coastline and waves crashing on the rocks and the wind and the waves. Wrote a piece about it, and these 3 musicians here really put to sound what I had in my head. So this one, feel free to just lean back, close your eyes, let this take you to a faraway place with cool, misty breezes. Doesn't that sound nice?
In a galaxy far, far away.
This piece is called Seven Sails, and it is off of the Seven Sails album for sale right after our set. Thank you so much. You are such a wonderful audience, and I want to just portion out a few thank yous because we are so grateful to be back here playing again. You know, it's been, as we know, it's been a long, dark winter, and it's great to see the sun come out and live music return to our lives and get-togethers. People who smile I can see again. It's just a wonderful thing. And I'd like to thank our host, Carolyn. Thank you, Carolyn. Like to thank the wonderful folks at IAMA, their Intermountain Acoustic Music Association. Thank you for putting this concert series back together again. It's wonderful to be here playing for that crowd. Big thanks to Barefoot John Whipple. You know, I love the fact that he played Barefoot John Whipple and not Bob Dylan, because I think your music is perfect as is. Thank you so much. Wonderful songs, John. He's there in the back. He's got CDs for sale, so if you could take home some of his experience too. What amazing words. Thank you again for that. And thank you so much, everyone, for coming out today. We've got a few more pieces for you, so enjoy. What's next?
French
I was
Celtic.
supposed to be changing guitars.
All right. This is a little French Celtic tune. I know most people go, oh yeah, the Celts, they were the fathers of Europe. They hang out in, the UK, blah, 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 which is true. That's where they're left. There are still bastions of the Celtic in the north of Spain, Galicia. And it's really cool. Some of their music, you get a little bit of a Moorish influence. Nice little spice in there. But over in France, you've got, I believe it's Normandy. Breton.
Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and.
Thank you very much. So, Celtic Adventure is our next one, and this was written by my late husband. That was our other band. Now we have a new band, and Syncofa. Somebody tell them what that means.
So Syncofa. All right. West Africa
Yes,
is a beautiful, beautiful, wonderful, great festival kind of thing. You're closing out the year, right? You're taking the year and going, wow, that was cool. That was cool. Oh, that was cool. Forget about that. Ah, that was cool. That was cool. All right. And the future is happening. Well, let's take these ingredients to make the future, the good stuff, make the future more cool, more cooler, right? We could use a little more cooler right now, couldn't we?
The celebration was Sankofa, and I changed the A to a Y, so we synthesize our music, and it's Syncofa, the name of our band.
If you know any movie makers, this song belongs in a movie.
James Franklin Anglesey.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah.
spares.
Okay.
7, keep your powder dry and all that good stuff.
All right, we have one more for you, and now we're going to do some Brazilian Celtic.
And I can prove it's Brazilian, Celtic.
How?
We got time? All right, I was telling you about Galicia, up northern Spain. It's on top of Portugal, right? People are going south, summer, winter, whatever, Portugal. All right, they're in Portugal. You know what? More people speak Portugal in Brazil than in Portugal. I don't know why, but they just do. But that's how it got there. Turn. Dancing floor's right there.
All right, Sankofa, great set. Thank you very much.
Couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah. All right, thanks everybody for coming out tonight. It was a great show, and thank you everybody watching on Facebook and YouTube. And hopefully we've got a few tickets left for the Tony Holiday show on the 30th. So if you're interested, go on. Again, iamaweb.org. We got tickets there, and if you can't make it, watch it online. So thanks very much, Danny, our sound person. Thank you, Danny. Awesome. And Carolyn, always, thank you. Have a great evening.